Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for coming and bringing a positive attitude to the table. This good energy will help us have a productive session today. I understand that we have several topics to discuss in regard to adding Claudia's clothing line to your store. However, before we begin, I would like to briefly discuss the logistics of this session. I want us all to keep in mind that this is a safe space to share ideas, that all contributions are worthwhile to the conversation, and that everyone's needs should be taken into consideration. I'm here to guide you through the process of brainstorming and eventually coming to a sustainable agreement. That being said, I will not be making any decisions for you today. Rather, I'll help frame each of your needs within the agreement that you reach as a group. Are there any guidelines for the conversation that you guys would like me to enforce?
Yeah, it's important to me that we allow proper space to whoever is sharing, but try to communicate without interrupting one another.
I'm comfortable with whatever someone else.
Yeah, I have another one. I think we should keep everything we say confidential and it should stay between us and not leave this room. I feel no need to bring it up once we find a resolve. I think it will only bring more conflict.
I'm happy to hear the thoughts on the products and answer any questions anyone may have as we work towards making this a mutually beneficial business partnership.
Okay, great. I'll make sure that I enforce the guidelines that you all have set for the discussion. The first topic on our agenda today is setting a price that your store will pay for Claudia's product. Claudia, what are you looking to charge for your product?
So our wholesale pricing begins at a minimum of $500 per order.
Okay, that does seem a little steep. We typically do not pay vendors that much.
Zach, it sounds like that price is a little too high for your comfort. Why is that?
I'm worried at this price we will not make sufficient margins, and therefore adding a children's line would not be financially viable.
Claudia, would you be able to reduce your minimum order price to work within Zach's budget?
This time, because we're only offering this wholesale opportunity to a very select amount of stores, and we do stand firm on that. And I was under the impression that that was communicated already. My apologies if it wasn't, but I do love your store, and I'm open to figuring something out that works for both of us.
Well, it sounds like you both want to come to some type of agreement so you can work together. Let's jump into a brainstorming session about this. What other ways could we make the price work for both of you?
Well, I want to take Claudia's time and effort into consideration here, but at the same time, we have to make our margins. We might have to mark up our retail price to fix this problem.
I understand that raising the prices might help cover some of the costs, but think about how our customers, especially our regulars, will react to this price change. They probably will not be happy at all.
I agree with Matthew. We cannot put the burden on our customers like that. Maybe if we create some sort of short-term contract with the vendor, maybe for 2 to 4 months, and see how it affects our margins at first. I understand that we're taking a risk with our profits and we will lose some money at first, but if it's a success, we will gain that and then some back.
I hear your concerns that marking up the retail price could turn customers away and also negatively affect sales. But let's keep it on the table for now and see what else we can come up with.
Maybe if we order a small amount from the vendor and create a sale with the children's clothes, maybe a buy one get one half off, all while increasing the prices of the children's clothes enough that we break even and see if our children's clothes make any profit. I really don't know though. I'm just throwing out ideas.
Yeah, I have another one. I mean, I can look into some options about doing a trial period for your store. I do like the contract idea that Katara mentioned, but another option would be to possibly have you return items to us that they don't sell within a certain period and pay us back a restocking fee. That way the inventory won't go to waste and my company doesn't lose money for products that would have otherwise sold. But I'm confident my products will sell.
Gotcha. So it sounds like we have the idea of creating a short-term contract in order to test out the market. How does everyone feel about this sort of approach?
Yeah, I'm not sure what idea leaves us with the best possible outcomes. I do not want to lose customers for marking up our products, but I also don't really want to waste our time on a short-term contract when we could be contacting other vendors for a more substantial long-term contract. There are many other considerable vendors we could contact about a children's clothing line, not just Claudia.
I've think something like the contract, the short-term contract, would be a good idea. Even something like that, buy one get one free or get one half off sale would be good too.
Zach is right. There are many other vendors with cheaper prices, though.
Yeah, but I know our line is the best in the market and it's very competitive, and I thought we knew that, and that's why we're all here.
So I can tell that there's a little bit of frustration here between all of you guys. So I would like to try an activity to help us work with each other better. The activity is called How Will This Proposal Affect Our Jobs? And it should give us the opportunity to see how the proposal will affect each of you individually. I'm going to ask for someone to volunteer to be the first focal person, and we will have a quick brainstorming session in order to list answers to the question, if we implement our proposal, how will it affect this person's role? During the brainstorm, no disagreements are allowed. Once the time is up, I'll ask the focal person to elaborate on the items that they think are important for everyone to understand. Do we have a volunteer?
I can do it.
Great. Take a little bit of time to brainstorm and think about the ways in which this contract proposal would impact your position at work.
All right, sounds good.
Sorry to interrupt, but do we all have to go through this process?
You don't all have to, but we can go through and hear from everyone if you want. I was planning on hearing from about 2 people, working through what we had, and then taking a break before we come back and address the topic further.
Okay, I'm ready.
Awesome. Let's hear it, Matthew. If this proposal with the short-term contract was implemented, how would it affect your role at work?
Well, I'm not sure how much something like the contract would impact my job personally, but if it ended up causing an issue with finances, I could see that somehow being a long-term issue in terms of my pay rate. Also, like I said earlier, if we do decide to raise the prices and to try to cover costs, I know it will affect my role in that people will likely complain a lot and make it much harder for me to do what I need to do. And also, if we implement this proposal without Zach's full approval, it is likely that he will not be in a good mood when at work, and that would probably affect all of us.
Thanks, Matthew. It sounds like you're worried about how this proposal will impact your customers, workers, and also how the impact will affect you and your role. Is there someone else who would like to volunteer to be the focal person?
I'll volunteer. As someone outside of the company, this proposal and this contract would affect my job in several ways. Like I mentioned a little bit before, I'm a huge fan of this company in the store, and when my boss told me I would be meeting with you all, it made me really excited as I feel personally vested in this store, and working with you all on the children's line would bring me a lot of personal joy. And on a more professional level, my job does rely on collaborative efforts such as these. So if I'm unable to complete deals and not get this contract, I'm pretty much of no use at my job. And I've established myself as one of the top reps where I work because I am confident in our work. And I want you all to know that you can trust the work that we do.
Thank you for sharing, Claudia. I can tell that you're passionate about what you do for a living, and especially about being able to work with this growing company. I also hear that you need this deal to go through in order to maintain your position as the top rep for your company. Does that sound right?
Yes, without this deal, I won't hit the goal that I'm trying to reach. And at the end of the day, my job is to connect with businesses and partner in a way that benefits both parties. It's about sales.
Right. Does anyone else want to share about how implementing a contract would affect their role?
Yeah, I mean, as the manager, it's a responsibility of mine that we provide the best options for our customers. Children's Line would certainly help us do that, and if things with the contract work out, we could talk about extending it for a more long-term deal. Furthermore, the contract will give us more business, and we will be able to have more benefits for our employees. All in all, the contract seems to be mostly positive.
Yeah, I don't see the contract affecting me in such a way that it would affect my workload. If anything, the contract would provide extra support, which is what we need right now.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a 15-minute break to clear our heads a little bit. We have some refreshments in the hallway for you guys. And when we come back, we'll do a reality testing activity to guide us through exactly how the short-term contract will work.